Since 2006, the Golden Goddess Sarah Warfield has symbolized excellence in women's core wrestling. With many championships held in promotions around the world, Warfield exemplifies the meaning of a competitor, and her modus operandi has always been passion, power, and pride. With a strong and stoic presence in the ring, and an unconventional personality outside of it, Warfield is a true legend, and tonight, the XWA honors her contributions to core wrestling with a history-making tournament. 16 women of different styles from all corners of the globe will stand in the ring to do battle, to make history, and begin the journey of their own legend. And now, the Extraordinary Wrestling Association, 2K Games, and Fine Tuned Gaming proudly present the 2017 Warfield Invitational.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the nation's capital. We are inside of the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C., the land of the free, the home of the brave, and the backyard of goddesses, for the 2017 Warfield Invitational Tournament. Tonight, we begin round one, day one. 4 matches, 8 women, and to the victors, advancing to the round of 8. Here is a look at the initial brackets for round 1, day 1. And you will notice names old and new throughout this entire contest. A gathering of many different talents, all with one goal in mind: to become the first ever Invitational Championship winner and earn this illustrious gold-plated championship belt that they will carry for the next 365 days into the next tournament in 2018.
The following opening contest of the Warfield Invitational is scheduled for one fall, and approaching the ring from Miami, Florida, this is Valeria Ortiz.
The pride of the 305, Valeria Ortiz, with an opportunity to make a big name for herself here within the Diamond Division, within the XWA, and within professional wrestling as a whole, with a victory in this tournament, a victory of this tournament. And boy, is it going to be a very long, hard-fought battle for each and every one of the 16 women who have been selected to partake in this contest. It all begins here and now as this crowd in the nation's capital awaits Valeria's opponent.
And her opponent, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, this is America, Weston.
Sporting the red, white, and blue, quite reminiscent of Sarah Warfield at the very beginning of her illustrious career, America Weston prides herself in being known as the self-proclaimed Queen of the Suplex. And boy, is she well put together here, folks. She has been tearing it up in the independent circuit for months now. This will be her very first appearance on the worldwide stage. Both ladies ready to go, and the referee calls for the bell. The Warfield Invitational is officially underway. And we start off with a collar and elbow tie-up, and Weston easily taking Valeria Ortiz down with an amateur-style takedown, and then tossing her back onto the mat like a rag doll, establishing which of these two ladies has the power advantage. They tie up once again, and this time it's for Ortiz now, who takes advantage of a situation. Over with a headlock takedown and a fist right to the forehead of Weston. Valeria will most certainly not be underestimated in this contest. She might give up size, but she most certainly does not give up fight. Weston with a sidearm lock here as they tied up yet again, applying more pressure here onto the shoulder. But once again, Ortiz on the counter, applying pressure of an arm lock herself, and Weston rolls out of it. A stalemate to kick things off here in round one of the Warfield Invitational. And now both ladies trading shots in the center of the ring. Elbows by Ortiz, right hands by Weston. And Valeria with a jumping foot stomp. Tremendous agility on display by the product of Miami, Florida. Now showing off some educated feet with that kick combo. And an Irish whip into the corner, and Valeria Ortiz showing off the hops. Leaping onto the head of America Weston with those right hands. And then following up with some stomps. Going high and then finishing low. Valeria now waiting to pick her spot. And America with the counter shot there. Ortiz might have taken a little too long trying to set up her next move. And now, the suplex queen with an arm drag takedown there. Nicely done off the Irish whip. And now what has Weston got planned here? How about a big time scoop slam with a little swinging action to make Ortiz think about it on the way down. And a soccer ball style kick right to the small of the back. And now Weston going to the mat wrestling tactics here. Applying that pressure along the waist of Valeria Ortiz. And now Ortiz on the counter. Just when it seemed as if America was about to take advantage of the situation, Valeria with a timely counterattack. And now back on the attack is Ortiz. Or maybe not. Pushing off of that elbow strike is Weston. And there we go. The first of what might possibly be many suplex variations by the suplex queen. And here, what's she gonna do here? Hoisting Ortiz up. And she's got her up there for a long time, hanging, and hanging some more. One-handed, are you kidding me? America hooking the leg, going for the cover. 2. And only a count of 2. Weston in complete disbelief. As we have another look at this hanging vertical suplex by Weston. Showing off incredible upper body strength and proving that she may very well be one of the most powerful competitors in this tournament. But Ortiz is most definitely one of the quickest competitors in this tournament, as was proven by that counter tactic there, which leads to Weston back on the mat again. And once again, Ortiz, this time taking advantage of the distance between her and her opponent with that monkey flip. And a kick to the small of the back there for a little added insurance. Valeria now swinging, modified neck breaker, nicely done. And going to a slam right there, elbow to the mat. Not a bad tactic if you're Valeria Ortiz trying to neutralize the power of America Weston. And I talk about quickness, I talk about hops. There you see it. She calls this the triple-double, and it could have quite possibly won her this match. But Weston escapes and lives to fight another day. And fight she will. Counter. Fireman's carry. And now another suplex variation. This time a modified fisherman variety. And Ortiz at the mercy of America Weston with that sky-high spine buster. Weston now goading Ortiz back up to her feet. And oh my goodness! Serious impact on the half Nelson suplex that just flipped Ortiz completely around. And now, teardrop suplex, and Weston calls this one the triple threat. A wrist clutch, maintain and control all the way through in a trifecta of teardrop suplexes. That could do it right here. Cover, 1, 2. And a kick out by Valeria Ortiz. Weston could have sworn she had that match won right there. But instead, Valeria fighting her way back out of another precarious predicament into another diving foot stomp, and now Ortiz on the second rope. Looks like she might be going for something high risk. How about a Hurricane Rana? And Ortiz now dragging Weston into the center of the ring. She might be looking to put this match away herself here. And Valeria delivering a Ran Hang on Weston. And goes for the cover. And America kicks out again. How many near falls have we seen in this match thus far? If this is an example of what it is that we can expect for the rest of this tournament, it is going to be one hell of a ride. And speaking of one hell of a ride, Weston might be in for one herself here. Oh my goodness! Hurricane Rana off the top turnbuckle. And Valeria Ortiz is feeling herself now. She may very well have found herself in complete control of this match as she delivers the Ghetto Blaster. Snap kick to the jaw. And Ortiz to the second turnbuckle again. Might be going for another Hurricane Rana, and oh my God! Weston catching Ortiz in midair with a powerbomb. And now Weston's the one who's in the driver's seat. And looks like she might be about to show off some more of that incredible upper body strength. A second hanging suplex. One-handed before driving Ortiz into the mat. And this could be the beginning of the end here, folks. The Suplex Queen setting up for the red, white, and blueplex. And that just may very well be too much power for Valeria Ortiz to handle. She is dazed and confused. The wind has been completely knocked out of her. And now Weston showing off here with some push-ups before she goes in for the kill. Hoisting Ortiz up, hanging again, and oh my God! Sickening impact on that brain buster, and Weston hooking the leg. This one is over. As we take a look at the highlights of this opening contest, and what a way to kick this tournament off. Weston showing off her power. Valeria Ortiz showing off her quickness and agility there with that triple threat. And almost got the win there. Once again, going high risk with this top rope Hurricane Rana. That was their second, but the third time was not the charm. Weston countering into a powerbomb, and that ultimately led to this scintillating brainbuster. And Weston comes up victorious. Quite fitting that the woman wearing the red, white, and blue, the stars and stripes, prevailing here in the nation's capital. As we take a look at the updated brackets, Weston, the first to advance to the second round. And she will do battle against the winner of the next match in this first ever Warfield Invitational. It will be Jenna, Baby Slade, versus Marisol Cardinale. And right now, these fans here at the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., are more than warmed up after our opening contest for this next match in round 1, day 1, as Jenna, Baby Slade, makes her way to the ring.
This opening round contest is scheduled for one fall, and making her way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, this is Jenna, Baby Slade.
And Slade, much like many other ladies in this tournament, not new at all to this ring, to the XWA, and to professional wrestling. But there is certainly an air of prestige to this particular contest. Every single woman having something to prove and wanting very much so to be the one to make history and win that Invitational Championship.
And her opponents from Bogota, Colombia, this is Marisol Cardinale.
And with the inclusion of Marisol Cardinale to this tournament, it would appear that fate is not without its sense of irony. Cardinale being the very first protege of arguably Sarah Warfield's greatest rival throughout her illustrious career, Tadako Togo, a product of the vaunted Togo Dojo in Tokyo, Japan. How ironic would it be that one of Togo's disciples wins a tournament that is named after Sarah Warfield? That would be an interesting situation, to say the least. But of course, before we can even talk about that prospect, Marisol has to get through Jenna Slade, and in doing so, get through round 1. And a little ceremonial kiss there by Slade. Marisol answering back, and now they tie up. Cardinale here, top wrist lock, applying pressure to the shoulder, but now Slade applying some pressure of her own with a rear hammer lock. Now Cardinale with a hammer lock of her own, and Marisol getting the better of that exchange and letting Jenna Slade know it. Now they lock up again, this time Slade with the front headlock, Irish whip, down to the mat, leapfrogs, and delivers a scintillating drop kick. Tremendous athleticism from the product of Los Angeles, California, and of course the backstory behind Jenna Slade. She broke into this business as the manager, valet, and significant other of former XWA World Heavyweight and Tag Team Champion Robbie Silk. Since their breakup, she struck out on her own, found some success as a diamond tag team known as America's Sweethearts, alongside of Amber Gianni, who, ironically enough, is Sarah Warfield's first protege, and has since then struck out on her own as a singles competitor and now looks to make a bigger name for herself with a victory here tonight. But right now, she is in deep trouble at the mercy of Marisol Cardinale. And as for her backstory, not only is she the first protege of Tadako Togo, she is also the only daughter to the legendary Red Cardinal. So interestingly enough, Marisol Cardinale, a former fashion model herself with roots not only in Japanese puroresu, but lucha libre as well. And her style is a hybrid of both, which has always made her one of the most exciting and dynamic competitors within the Diamond division, as you have already seen in the early portions of this matchup. Even though right now it looks as if Slade, who also trained extensively with Robbie Silk in her transition from being a valet to being an active competitor, seems to have gained the upper hand and now goes for a cover after that moonsault and only gets a 2 count. The official in proper position and gets the right call despite the frustration on the face of Slade, who intelligently enough goes right on the follow with that reverse vertical suplex. Nicely done. Now a kick to the gut. And a highlight of the night. Shades of Robbie Silk, and she goes for a second cover attempt. And for the second time, Cardinale with the shoulder up at the count of 2. Let's give some credit to this officiating staff here in this tournament. We've only seen one match so far, but these guys have been on the money with their calls of these pinfall attempts. And here's one by Marisol after that enziguri. And she can only manage to get 2.5. Slade now slowly getting back to her feet, and Cardinale with the crucifix and another pin attempt. 2. And no. Both of these ladies exerting every effort to try to get the win in the early going of this match. And Marisol with the tsunami rush. Shades of Tadako Togo herself. And following up with a springboard leg drop right off that top rope. And now Cardinale perched on the top turnbuckle, defying the laws of gravity with that somersault senton. And she's not finished yet. Dropping the savage elbow from one end of the ring to the next. Ladies and gentlemen, this here is what Marisol Cardinale is all about. Without question, one of the fastest and most agile competitors in the entire Diamond division. But just like that, she just got grounded by that spinning elbow. Vicious shot by Slade, who now shows off a little bit on the ground. Doing well to keep Marisol grounded as much as possible is the best strategy that you can possibly muster. Because once she gets going, she is extremely hard to stop.
And a little sliced bread number 2 there. And a little bit of trash talking by Slade afterwards. Kind of questionable not going for the pinfall, but maybe she's got plans all her own here. Another signature maneuver. Lethal combination there. And now, perched on the second rope. Maybe trying to go for some high risk of her own, but it will not pay off. Reversed into a powerbomb by Cardinale. And now Marisol going to the top turnbuckle again. This time, Slade kind of stirring. Cardinals might not be birds of prey, but Marisol Cardinale is waiting and stalking her prey. And right at the moment that Slade shakes off the cobwebs, she eats a torpedo drop kick off the top. And now Hurricane Rana to the second rope. Marisol dialing it up. She might not be from San Diego, but she certainly knows all about the 619. And how in the world is Slade even able to kick out after all that punishment that she's received over the course of the past few minutes of this match? I don't know how much she's got left in her, but whatever it is, you'd better believe that Marisol is going to try to take it right out of her hair. Knees right to the bread basket there on that Meteora from the second turnbuckle. And Marisol yet again to the top. The sky is her natural habitat, but this time Slade scouts it well and escapes and darts right in with that clothesline. And a little break into electric boogaloo on that leg drop there. And this is the moment right here where Jenna Slade is going to have to pull off something big to get herself back in this match. Because as I said, she has taken a tremendous amount of punishment. We'll see just how much punishment she can retaliate here with. How about a baby swing? That just might do it. Her patented finishing maneuver there. And hooking the leg. Cover. 1, 2, and no. Slade going with the big moves, but she might need to do just a little bit more to put Marisol away here. Wisely slowing things down with that chin lock there. And now Slade, second attempt from the second rope, and this time it pays off with a forearm. But wait a second, look at Cardinale. She just bounced back up from out of nowhere. And a modified lung blower, as it seemed as if Slade was picking up the pace. It would appear that Cardinale is the one who picks up the pace. Series of clotheslines and a standing snap kick. And now Marisol high flying once again, this time a springboard elbow drop. And Cardinale appears to be feeling that second wind blowing through right now. Up and over with a Shiranui. And Marisol once again climbing up to the top turnbuckle, going for another high-risk maneuver. No score for the second time on those double knees. And once again, Jenna Slade capitalizing, this time with a float-over DDT. And now delivers the baby cradle with a bridge. Shoulders down, but not enough for the 3 counts. For every barrage that Slade has withstood, she has been able to counterattack with big moves. But those moves have just not been big enough. She's going to have to pull off something huge here. And I think she knows it. Slade outside of the ring, and oh my goodness! A big-time baseball slide
right through the apron on an unsuspecting Marisol Cardinale, as the action, it appears, has spilled outside of the ring. And this right here may be exactly what it is that Slade needs to be able to really, truly get herself into this match. I think she might just have been reading my mind as far as what it is that she needed to do to put herself in the driver's seat. And I think she's managed to do just that with those moves that we just saw. Go big or go home. That's the name of the game here. And Jenna Slade is doing just that. Is it going to be enough, however? Jenna with a little showboating here, though. Might be taking a little too long to follow up, in Marisol counterattacks. Another somersault senton. This time with a cover, but Slade kicks out. Marisol, however, looking to follow up, but no. Slade with the counter and delivers an enziguri right on the mark. That one knocked Marisol clean out. And now Slade with some more kicks. Series of snap kicks right to the face, and now, oh! Double impact on that front drop kick, using the top rope as momentum, driving the soles of her feet right into the chest of Cardinale, and then follows up with a combination back neck breaker. Front headlock here by Slade, and now Irish whips Cardinale into the corner, opposite corner this time. And it looks like she might be going to the high-rent district yet again. Will it pay off this time? Slade, wisely enough, going in for the kill. Looks like she might be going for a Hurricane Rana, but blocked by Marisol, who follows up with a knee right to the chest. And now Cardinale setting up and delivering some more. This time shins to the chest, followed by a roundhouse, square to the temple. And Cardinale, once again, finding herself on the top turnbuckle and delivering a spinal tap. Cover. And once again, another near fall. If you thought the opening match between Weston and Ortiz was a barn burner, I think it's safe to say that these two ladies have even outdone that. And this is only the second match of round one. These women are putting it all on the line. And it might be on the line right here. Another highlight of the night by Slade, dragging Cardinale into the center of the ring. And she's not finished with her yet. Shot to the back of the neck, and another baby swing. And Slade not going for the cover, instead going to the top. This has not worked out for her so far in this match, and oh my God! Are you kidding me? Marisol Cardinale does her sensei proud here in round one as we take a look at the replay. This was as back and forth of a contest as you will ever see. But in the end, if you could boil this match down to one thing, it's one woman having just a bit more polish to her repertoire than the other, as predicated by this moment right here. Amazing, even the second time around.
as Marisol Cardinale delivers that stiff shuriken kick counter from an aerial Jenna Slade who had nowhere to go but down, trying one time too many to match the aerial artistry of the daughter of the Red Cardinal. But in the end, Marisol prevails, and she will advance to the second round of the Warfield Invitational as we take a look at the updated brackets. 2 down, 2 to go here for round 1, day 1. As these fans await the third match of this evening, into the arena walks a woman who is still relatively new within the fold of the XWA Diamond Division, with a bit of a pedigree behind her.
The following opening round contest is scheduled for 1 fall, and approaching the ring from the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, this is Callisto Rose.
The pedigree I speak of for Callisto Rose comes in the form of the Jonas siblings. Callisto, the current significant other of the Hellhound Tom Jonas, who of course is the older brother of the current XWA Diamond Champion Haley Jonas. Tom himself being a former XWA World Heavyweight Champion. So she is literally surrounded by greatness, looking to attain some her own here at the Warfield Invitational. But before she can do that, she has to somehow overcome a legend in her own right.
And her opponent from Tijuana, Mexico, this is La Reina.
Her full moniker has always been La Reina del Lucha Libre, a legend south of the border. And in equal standing in terms of reputation as Sarah Warfield and Tadako Togo themselves. So the question is, why is she in this tournament? What does she have to prove? Well, in speaking to her earlier tonight, the answer to that question is a lot. Since becoming a part of the XWA Diamond Division, La Reina has not really made that much of a dent as she expected. Winning this tournament will certainly be a tremendous step in the right direction and will most certainly make a whole lot of women in the division take notice of exactly what it is that she is capable of. As I said earlier, every woman in this tournament has something to prove. But for a woman with the caliber of talent and experience as La Reina, the fact that she herself believes that she has something to prove makes her a very, very dangerous prospect, and in a lot of people's opinions, one of the odds-on favorites to win this entire tournament. Right now, she's in control of this tie-up with a shoulder lock. And just like that, Callisto Rose counters into a reverse armbar. And just like that, La Reina quickly maneuvering herself out of that situation. They lock up once again here. Sidearm lock being applied by Rose now. And transitions into a top wrist lock. La Reina now quickly spinning herself back into position with a side headlock, and now Callisto Rose powering herself out of that predicament. And La Reina showing the newcomer some respect. Equal words of exchange by Callisto Rose, who now has that front headlock applied and Irish whips. Ducking under once, twice, and delivers a flying forearm shot. And now a trifecta. That right there was one of the signature ground and pound maneuvers made famous by the Hellcat Haley Jonas. And that right there was made famous by every luchador in the history of Mexican lucha libre. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Same thing here. Double cartwheel into a moonsault. And now following up with an outside moonsault is Reina. And she is fired up. Firing up this crowd. In our previous match, I alluded to the fact that Marisol Cardinale is one of the fastest and most agile competitors in the Diamond Division. There are two women that even outclass her in both of those categories. One of them just so happens to be wearing gold and white in this particular match. Even though she can't outquick herself from that second rope clothesline, and neither can she outspeed herself out of another combination leg drop, elbow drop, and forearm by Callisto Rose. And how about that right there? A quick modification on a lung blower. Very nicely done by the unorthodox and unconventional Callisto Rose, who many of these fans right now are watching for the very first time in action. She has competed in several dark matches and house shows, but this, like many of the other ladies in this tournament, is her first appearance on the grand stage. And you want to talk about a pressure situation. First round of a historic tournament against a legend of this business. A legend right now is taking her to school and taking her for a ride with that float over DDT. And now Reina with Rose back to her feet. And an Irish whip into the corner. And Reina immediately on the follow through. Second rope enziguri. And now going to the top turnbuckle. Oh my goodness. Believe the hype. Believe the heights. And Callisto Rose may have gotten the shoulder up. But as we take a look at this action replay, my God. She cleared 3/4 of the ring with that corkscrew moonsault. But back to the action in real time. Callisto Rose fighting right back and delivering an impaler DDT. Now Rose to the second turnbuckle and dropping down with that senton splash. Rose now showing off some, looked like she might have been going for another one of those trifectas on the gut-wrench suplex. But so slippery is Reina that she manages to counter out of that situation and catapults Rose with that flapjack before driving that knee right to the back of the neck. Reina now, front headlock, countered by Rose. And Callisto with a series of strikes here. Rolling kicks. And a shining wizard right to the face. That was nicely executed. But look how fast Reina's back on her feet. And ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a stalemate here. Even after all that back and forth that we've seen, these ladies start from zero once again and start exchanging blows. Forearm shot by Reina. Lefts and rights by Callisto Rose, backing Reina into the corner. And now what you got planned here? Lorena's on the apron and gets drop kicked right outside of the ring. The referee begins his 10 count. Will Callisto Rose pursue? Remember, folks, under tournament rules, a count out counts as a victory. So if Callisto Rose can keep Lorena outside of the ring for a 10 count, she advances to the second round, same as if it were a pinfall or submission. However, if it's a double count out, then both women are eliminated from the tournament, and whoever wins the final match of day one will get a bye week of sorts and advance directly to the semi-final round. But now it looks as if Rose is the one who is in fear of being counted out. Lorena on the apron, and oh my God! If you were wondering why Lorena is one of the favorites to win this whole thing, maybe now, at this moment in time, you are beginning to understand. This woman throws caution to the wind, puts her body on the line, and defies all gravity. And she's about to do it again. Springboard drop kick. And will that be enough to advance to round two? Cover, count, and no. Callisto Rose kicking out at 2. A few mere seconds ago, Callisto Rose was in control of this match, but the experience and the ring psychology of Lorena has put herself back in control. And how about that variation of a Hurricane Rana? Lorena, oh wait a second, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness! Callisto Rose, with a little aerial artistry of her own, bouncing up and flying high into that belly-to-belly suplex. And now Rose is firing on all cylinders here. Series of clotheslines, and now Lorena, in a precarious position in the corner, eats a knee, and then a lariat. And just like that, Callisto Rose regains momentum. What she got planned here, she's center of the ring with Lorena in a prone position, pressure being applied on the arm, and a stomp right into the socket of the shoulder. That had to be painful. Rose now hoisting Lorena up, and oh, dropping her with a vicious pile driver. And Rose now smelling blood. Kick to the gut, and she delivers the thorn. High impact knee right to the jaw, and Rose hooks the leg. 2. No. Even after taking a disgusting strike like that, Lorena with the shoulder up at the count of 2, but still finds herself at the mercy of Callisto Rose. You can see visibly that Lorena is groggy after feeling the effects of that thorn. And things are about to go from bad to worse here. Second rope, Samoan drop like a sack of potatoes. And Lorena, wait a second, now she's the one who bounces back up to her feet and cuts Callisto Rose off at the pass. Lorena now, once again to the top rope, delivering another corkscrew moonsault.
And Lorena with an Irish whip of Callisto Rose into the corner. Top rope moonsault. It is near impossible to determine just how much damage either of these ladies have incurred over the course of this match. They have just been going back and forth, tooth and nail, all night long. Well, Reina trying to feed off of this Washington, D.C. crowd. Stiff right hand there. And a counter shot right to the chin by Callisto Rose. Reina now with a counter into a front headlock. Looked like she might have been going for a knee slam. But Callisto Rose with the counter into a spear that nearly knocked the mask clean off of the queen of Lucha Libre. And a classic DDT square in the center of the ring. Serious shot right there. And now, oh, it looked like she might have been going for a thorn. But Reina cuts Callisto Rose off at the pass and answers back with a discus elbow. Rose slowly getting back to her feet here though. But here comes Reina off the springboard. Not quite sure what kind of attack that even was, but it took just as much out of Reina as it did Callisto Rose, who rolls out of the ring. But on the hunt is Reina. She completely cleared the top rope with that plancha and answers with a DDT of her own of the tornado variety outside of the ring here. And Reina rolling Callisto back into the squared circle and goes once again for the springboard, but this time well scouted by Callisto Rose, who hoists Reina up and drops her down head first with a pile driver. Another serious high impact move to the head and neck of Reina, and she's gonna do it again. Oh my God. It appears that Callisto Rose has found herself a target in the form of Reina's head, but this time Reina one step ahead and rolls into a cover, but only gets a 2 count. She is masking, no pun intended, the amount of damage that she has received a great deal as she goes for this Hurricane Rana into a pinning predicament. But once again, a near fall as Callisto Rose manages to get her shoulders up. Like I said, who knows how much damage has been inflicted on either end, as Rose with that counter into an exploder suplex. Looks like she's going to go for another pile driver to follow up. Right now, Callisto Rose is most certainly taking a page out of the Jonas playbook, and that is she is showing absolutely no mercy to her opponent as she sets up and delivers the Thorn. Those investments in the form of DDTs and pile drivers may very well pay off right here. 1, 2, and no. Unbelievable. How is Reina even capable of getting back to her feet, let alone getting a shoulder up on that pinfall? Well, I don't know, but whatever it is that she's got in the tank, she's going to have to pull something out of it here again. Otherwise, she's in for a world of hurts. And it looks as if Rose was going for some form of top rope Samoan drop, perhaps. But Reina fighting her way out of it, and results in a corner drop kick on a downed Callisto Rose, who now finds herself center of the ring again. And another rolling power bomb by Reina. Second rope now. And Reina calling on Callisto Rose to her feet. And oh my God! Second rope tornado DDT. Like I said, folks, this woman defies all laws of gravity and physics. And could we be seeing the beginning of the end here? She's got those double underhooks, hoisting Callisto Rose over her shoulders, and delivers the Queen's crown. She's not done though. Reina, top rope. I know what this is. 540 senton. And Reina will advance to the round of 8. Ladies and gentlemen, we just witnessed a 5-star classic. As we look at the replay here, unbelievable how much distance Reina cleared on that corkscrew moonsault. Here's a triangle drop kick by Callisto Rose. And outside of the ring, Reina defying gravity once again with that corkscrew. To the top turnbuckle this time, cut off at the pass by Rose with a beautiful belly-to-belly suplex. And right here, check this out. Reina completely clearing the top rope. And Callisto Rose delivering that devastating thorn that should have sealed the deal. But it was this. 540 senton that ultimately sealed her fate. And Reina will advance to the second round of the Warfield Invitational. Truly an honor to call her matches. And if there is any doubt that she is an odds-on favorite to win it all, I think it was all put to rest right here. As we take a look at the updated first round brackets, 3 matches down, 1 more to go for round 1, day 1 of the Warfield Invitational Tournament. And approaching the ring right now is a woman who, much like Reina, is looking to make this tournament into a big opportunity.
This opening round contest is scheduled for 1 fall. And approaching the ring from London, England, this is Rayven.
Despite being one of the most popular personalities in the Diamond Division, this native of London, England, by way of Bombay, India, has yet to truly make an impact within the Diamond Division and looks to make a victory here at the Warfield Invitational an emphatic statement. But her opponent will also be looking to make a very big first impression here tonight.
Her opponent comes to us from St. Petersburg, Russia. This is Natasiya.
And to say that Singh has a tall order would be an understatement. Look at the size of this woman, Natasiya. A product of St. Petersburg, Russia, and she is pretty obviously the strongest combatant in the Warfield Invitational. And I would say probably a favorite to win it as well. Just from appearances alone, she looks like she is ready to fight. And Rayven Singh had better be ready for one herself. Singh firing herself up. Meanwhile, across the ring, Natasiya looking a bit lackadaisical. She might actually be underestimating her opponent here tonight based on the size differential. And I wouldn't blame her considering the obvious power advantage that she is going to have throughout the course of this match, that she most certainly exploits right at the very early going. But right now, Rayven Singh pushing the big woman back into the corner. Oh, and not the cleanest of breaks there. A cheap shot administered by Natasiya, who once again seems to be ever confident. But Rayven Singh not backing down. Another tie-up here. And this time Singh with the advantage here. Rear waist lock and oh! Impressive upper body strength there with that amateur style takedown. But Natasiya with a scissor lock here. Those are some big legs wrapped around the neck of Rayven Singh, who bounces out and follows up with a low drop kick. Very smart strategy on the part of Rayven Singh, going low against a much larger opponent. As the saying goes, everyone is the same size when they're on the ground. And it would behoove Rayven Singh to keep Natasiya grounded as long as possible. And right now, Singh going to the top turnbuckle. What she got planned? Oh my goodness! Coast to coast on that front drop kick right to the midsection of Natasiya. And I think that might have just agitated her. Oh wow! Serious impact on that haymaker. And now Natasiya with a soccer kick right to the small of the back, directly to the C4 vertebrae of Rayven Singh. And now gonna be trying to pull something off big here. Oh God, this early in the match, are you kidding me? Natasiya with a choke slam and hooking the leg. 1, 2, and only a 2 count. Natasiya pretty confident that that would have sealed the deal. But it is plainly evident that she is not pulling any punches at the starting portions of this match. As I said before, each woman knows exactly what is at stake in this tournament. So you had better believe that they're going to be throwing everything that they've got at each other. Right now, Natasiya has regained control, just mowing Rayven Singh down. But just like that, spoke too soon. Singh with a fireman's carry counter, following it up with a combination of strikes. And now, oh, Tiger Driver 91. And Rayven Singh is showing us something right now. Maybe Natasiya has a power advantage, but that is not to say that Rayven Singh doesn't have some power to show off herself. And now Singh going to the top. Natasiya slowly back to her feet, and Singh, oh, went high risk, did not pay off. And Natasiya answers back with a power bomb of her own, of the gut wrench variety. And oh God, did she just effortlessly hoist Rayven Singh to the mat, and does it again with a gut wrench suplex. And there you see the power advantage that I was just talking about moments ago. And again, another gut-wrench powerbomb by Natasiya. What impressive strength on display by the Russian. And she's going to go for another powerbomb. This time a sit-down. Oh! This one could be over right now. Natasiya hooking the leg. 1, 2, and no. Somehow, Rayven Singh still has enough in the tank to kick out. But maybe kicking out might have been a mistake. Because right now, Natasiya is imposing her will and tossing Rayven around the ring like a rag doll. Irish whip now into the corner. And quickly up to the top turnbuckle is Rayven Singh, hoisted by Natasiya, who now looks to be going for, it looked like she might have been going for a fall-away slam, but Rayven with a couple of elbows fighting her way out of that predicament. And now she's got to do something big here. Wicked spinning wheel kick. And now Singh over the top rope onto the apron. Springboard splash. That one connected right to the back of Natasiya's neck. And it took something out of Singh too to pull that move off. Now Singh with that front headlock. Snapmare over to the mat. And very smart strategy on the part here of Rayven Singh. Especially after that offensive onslaught that was inflicted upon her by Natasiya only a few minutes ago to slow the pace down and keep the big woman on the mat here, applying pressure with this side headlock. Singh breaks the hold, both women back to their feet, and Rayven once again going down low to the kneecap of Natasiya with that front drop kick. And now, maybe she might have took a little bit too long in trying to plan her next move. And she just ate one hell of a lariat right there. And Natasiya charges out from the corner and delivers a second one. What kind of strategy can you possibly devise to take down a woman like this? Singh's shoulders are down after that STO. But once again, only a 2 count. Things might be going from bad to worse here though for Rayven Singh. Natasiya up onto the shoulders and down to the mat with a dominator. Hooks the leg. And are you serious right now? Rayven Singh kicks out again. Natasiya can't believe it. I can't believe it. These fans can't believe it. But it looks as if Natasiya is going to just use this as motivation to deliver even more punishment. And Natasiya now. Irish whipping Singh into the corner. And I believe she's setting things up for one of her signature maneuvers. She calls that one the Megaton. I call it effective. And now Natasiya seems to be marveling in her handiwork here, but maybe took a bit too long. And now Singh firing back. Oh my goodness. Did you hear the snap on that super kick? Right to the jaw. And again, another combination by Singh. And right now, Natasiya is reeling. And Rayven Singh taking advantage. Pile driver. And now setting up for one of her signature maneuvers. In the corner. And Rayven's flight connects. Heel to chin. And Rayven could be going for the coup de grace right here. Setting it up. Double underhooks. And connects with the Raven's wings. This one might be over right here, folks. This could be the biggest win of Rayven Singh's career. No. Are you serious? Natasiya just kicked out of the Raven's wings. But Rayven Singh will not be deterred by the resiliency of the Russian as she delivers another combination. And now she's going to try to go for a second Raven's flight and connects. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And that's exactly what Rayven Singh is attempting to do here. A second Raven's wings coming up. This could do it. But wait a second. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Natasiya just countered with a Hurricane Rana? What the hell is this woman made of? And now Natasiya going for a second Dominator. These fans are in complete disbelief, and quite frankly, so am I. As Natasiya going in for the kill. She calls this one Russian roulette. Shoulders down. And this one is over. On this first night of the Warfield Invitational, we've seen some aerial artistry. We've seen some technical prowess. But it goes without saying that this match here was probably the most physical of this entire tournament thus far. As we look at this replay, the sheer physicality and aggression on display by both of these women was more than evident. This is what it means to compete in this tournament and win that Invitational Championship trophy. And make no mistake, these ladies have set the table for what is to come in the second day of round one. But tonight, Natasiya stands tall, and in her first appearance on U.S. soil, has made an emphatic statement to the rest of the grid that she is here, she is for real. And the entire wrestling world had better take notice of what she is capable of. As we take a look at the updated brackets, Natasiya advances on and will face Reina in the round of 8. One half of round 1 is complete, and wait a second. What the hell? Natasiya still in the ring, and what is she doing? Natasiya, it appears, isn't done with Rayven Singh here. This is completely uncalled for. What is she doing? No, oh! Suplex onto the barricade. And Natasiya, it looks as if she is continuing to make this statement and showing absolutely no mercy here. The Russian is sending a message right now at the expense of Rayven Singh.